Ewi ahwefo da mase se wonya bretwan ye emranti wo fia ha adwene pansomene de mefa wo mosa ena nadwi nana yaw jima eba ma NPP ama yokuo no sanso ena AK Sofori kind this communication team omo mienu na me no bidin komo na nadwi efa ena voter registration limited registration ekosoe ensamo do bi a esori wo mu na fia hwe mapena na do asema waka se wono de se ofiri adwaso a 2 minutes opeso dan de ma Dr. Baumia esanso no betumi ato no na nado nyuma pa wa yeso mampene da mahamade enyuma no na nado abia no mampene mahama ba obubu ni nyina egu anaso be se ni nyina yem sasa sasa mu nukure bi wo mo na se nukure bi edim na so hunu ne sai amayofo mienu na mbaba abesi wo mo party anam mo ye di hu komo mba mo akwa aba
eja
okay we de bia hwe Ekins ye hwe semfa mfirus ne hwe se edi ntwire ye hye ase ye hu sam bebre ba ko mienu miensem di kan sore kran sana ye ba be hye ne twire ase ene yisi so omunya technical issues and nyina ye internet sa connection ya enema we nyina ba but ko wiase no after some hours no omo hyase ye ho adwuma emi ahodo bi so ho a niema ba ko mienu miensem bi anseda ankoye ma wo monsan ka materials be some to make house and part of the northern region is some the adwuma niema ahodo bi ntema me hwe miti wo adwen kire e wo na dwumadi no 5 minutes
aja ma tia watiefo na ene wahwefo na fesu macha Ghana phone na ne jincho exercise ekoso aja wa musa se na me hotie sanka busa se na hotie anka ebie mu aye no anka ebema woni age menim se na me dibia na me hotie no saa na wo mu so dia ebia na de ne different eza se aja ene enso to enso efam ayeden ma me ko asem na okaye no so ayampa ene na limited registration exercise is ayeden ashase na electoral commission de bia ha na ka se omone ye ene omusuban ane enemo omdugu akwam no ai se bi oba onche wa wale ase otuba nchia onua because o se no onu se o ma bi no ere no okọ ana ne ye ena na montu omo ye kire se ampa maame no come December 2024 after election here it says John Domani mam ebewinum ebewinum fi akonya no so
oh how
oh yes nana o hwe
so to me ka say o independent body no on man na man mra kwan so onye na djubati no say to me so rakasa kekese ye yi na fi
o ka chan say isi ene name under the leadership of another dan kwan bamia independent body a me don ho ya kwaka
ade tima kasa
let's look at their appointment and penifo ye yi omom da electoral commission ano and look at a kwan o ma fa so omu DNDC and even to the extent say we withdraw ourselves from attending to IPAC meetings and you the media you are aware to the extent say easy etimi sorry eye bold enough e catch the end is for Ghana say we are traitor to our democracy
and say easy the public na kan na no just say easy body din Ghana kan
that from a subset of the electoral commission so we nka tie na ba ko ese wonu ma ese na kan na and then look at the challenges that yes ase but I'm happy say yeah mama James say agitum say yes we have to do so in the country and as such she will make sure say all the registration centers need now no obema generators at alcohol but now we are essential for you should have access say enya yam papa napo metopoku prebe na say do so bia no etian for timetable na ma no so I'm trying a challenge to easy say or you say this do so ho into or the generator across all the registration centers no or the timetable akoma na po ana that's the question I'm asking today and then other registration centers are e be sha 1 p.m. 2 p.m. to a sense say as at now or never buy no one electricity light problem do so on my center network challenges but why is it that under this republic and biaba is say we are facing all these challenges over 2 foot to Ghana for so or the providing a year generators to all the registration centers
but the way the network has some the generator was say what say is letter on the buy year or say a technical issue me Serebo Kuku Kasai and then around 6 o'clock, 6 o'clock news. Roman can say now a internet connectivity, network. So far, be a quibiano, a network, networking, and your power some and a be a day wake up.
I emphasize on two things. You see, one, network issues and electricity.
Okay.
And no wonder, say under this country and easy, they are working under Vodafone. Why is Vodafone? It's not under Telecel. And they are upgrading their systems and definitely we will face network issues. So if we are going to take network issues and enter into this general election and they are then about money The EC has not been fair and transparent to us. And then my now is going to the stronghold of NDC. And then also we be deadline as at 1 p.m., 2 p.m. Not and share a registration exercise. But I didn't ask you a question. But I'm coming from the present hometown, Chevy. They are almost intimidated NDC for.
Oh, come back.
And Oshe Chevy Swa, Oshe Chebia, your demographic trend now, Muslim for Edo Supan. Obiba, no Muslim be, no Korean. I am a police at you, on your gun any. You want police at you, on your gun any. They will threaten the person, no manipulate. And I'm name Kasai, I was bra. My bad track roman almost 32 good years. And my woman men in now. But on the police room, I must pass them. It's my drum. So I asked you today, I just said, who qualifies to be a Ghanaian? I
don't know. I didn't know. Bibi Sani, them say electoral commission for one man. Say, Abia, Obia, Bibi, Tisanwa. You as Abia political party, no, have every right to say, Mobe, Casadieti, and as a Moba train, yisi for ne bambo for na dwene de so. Obia no kwan so betuma de na obi say, me man nko ko twene de na Bibi Etisa. Te Bibi Etisa esi dia, ade no man tia bambo for na so mo hu say, enkrofo etiti akrofo fa ho di so.
Me nwa enye pe na pe aban asem. Obi to obo police dia na oye de na wo bo hu. And they make sure I was sent on man, I prevented man from just say obe trend no nya ne card. Okay, easy for na enye. But this is not happening at Chevy alone. Oko Bunu region, Oko other region, it's happening. But I'm asking today, say the issues would come out and explain to us, say who qualifies to be a Ghanaian. Now, the and here from the Chief Justice, Mami get to Tokunu say, being a Ghanaian by birth doesn't qualify you to be a Ghanaian. And being a Ghanaian by birth certificate doesn't qualify you to be a Ghanaian. But truth, what heredity? And someone might come from Abia, no maybe free Abia, to call and answer where you're no, the best 20 years, no common blow or man for so. But they say heredity, lineage. It was got somebody for the past 10 years, 15 years, no about Baka. So for us, no mamma and papa, anything young one there, or our right, set over to I register the other at Trouble. It doesn't by name. The Chief Justice clarified, say, to be a Ghanaian doesn't mean by name. But that is what we should concentrate.
Either somebody qualified to be a Ghanaian or not qualified to be a Ghanaian. A decision, Supreme Court to be there, some court, and a Supreme Court dinner. So, Eddie Sigin, I say, a winning. That has nothing to do with about the actual. I'm say a share problems if you see here because before this program, no, more raise consensus be. It is our consensus now, more raise no. So, yes, it's ye. When tie no. And then if you are most of my kind and not be more now. It told the Musuna Menko. I make a debut. As some may make it's part of the consent. Okay.
Was one who intimidate you be this enfranchising the person's right to obey access as a registered voter. And you're part of the problems.
Okay. Okay.
And the easy should act swiftly. For Ochina Ako, now on Chum and can show me letter officers there. This is the situation, and then a man for any account, it should work on it. But what do you mean when we be so many 20? Now the police, everyone, more permanent from the registration center. It doesn't do that. It's part of the challenges. Okay. And now, talking about electricity, no, easy data and so the generators across all the registration centers. Generators, me, Chevy, and then since morning, as I'm talking to you, you can make a producer. No, I call. There's no light.
Oh, Chevy.
I'm telling you, my producer and your courses here. Remember, telling you, chat.
Okay.
And are you going to enter the same thing tomorrow? Now, what is going to happen at the general elections? This is December 7th.
Okay, Mati. My main call, Nanaya Jimaso. Nanaya. You know, say, I did be an election, or say any event, a process.
That's right.
And it's a BB Shasia. And I say, I grow bed if you're not.
Right.
And he say, I didn't know ye a shasena, and many pebinuma jumi or mona. It's a beer. I the pebi put na be your chinedia because a well-to trust. I would nipe be muntino. I dare any no correcrana, unipano, and soneni, and I say beer, and yenefe, and I said one you wouldn't. Let me say, Jumedi Ashasi, no, or can somehow do be a receive consensus beer, and then truly. Sa how ye aquacoba. My main share minted down so can say according to areas be correct, say, when some more basu will crop for bar, when you say when some when mami ti unso sumenu
yo jame maminda sena minchia production ene wankasa na akonya ya mode mayen na mechia ye mampeni na adodanko akufado ene ye flag bearer ye vice president Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Let me say ejakwab na na edu election ye bia na akoye say EC no they receive some form of mintimi say criticism, say bashment to say bibi ebe mo ho be ye dini no, or they have to sit up. But it's okay. Every elections ye bia no. Na ye pese ye ni ye na Ghana sene ye touty as a beacon of democracy in Africa, West Africa. Now you believe in the rule of law no. This year 2024 no ye because demonstrate as a shining star of Africa. Nini nani how we have successfully run our peaceful elections. Inte banisa pena Ghana babe ye krabeshe. Eja all the gains are yetimi achoki over the period nini nano. Elsi eshimukina. We have to capitalize on our elections gains because yentimi and discount and I say yenfa yentoto na say the send yetimi acquire home in terms of elections and elections management no yentimi and sweep under the carpet and it time bia no na me the same common bi ba nini na ne ko EC for asoye no kwan bi so be ma EC ho be ye denen o share and EC encounter na say press release on the buy and I'm happy say like you are saying according to the press release and internet connectivity just as you were saying. I don't know why Akins wanted to bring in electricity and all that, but that is okay. I know where it's coming from.
Say be no so affected say my process no sanke so almost starting can you know better no why
oh say
be no so can be
say can you new anka easy for ne say be show opinion or then inside share crata ya se anka yeni na yenim the period with which we are obeka categorically
we know osisu there's a technical issues.
Yes.
Now ye wo mene basintali kasa na nwumre
that's
ema ne kan say some areas be or say bibi code be kura ne na so for lecturer officers ne emfa ema wo mo and bibi omudi ne mani bi kokura no ye say can be ko overheating we na ne tie sampaye and everything no I don't see another concern somebody pe bi antumi atwero mudin.
Well, Jamaica say, like you are saying, Afansan Agrona Shas
okay.
The EC a human institution in as much as Ayana Timbiano, Yamane Boiler, Ne Huruano, or me any party saying, and a human institution that they can always do better. Our position from the East is Timbiano. Yeah, be suggestions, recommendations are ebema is in betimi tumpon. They are bound to make mistakes. Omo mistaken so and you can say ye chioma sia to the extent say the easy baby and yentimi enfanye ejuma. We have to support them. They are not perfect. They be sending a can and we can always and at all material times no ye be support is no. Ejayana I'm a bit biased about public institutions because any you believe in building systems. Public institutions controls no ema the public institution for the time bia no na ye kasa ni enkomodie ni na no suggest say ye bibi ebema ye public institutions so na why then say they can continuously to render the kind of quality of service in 2024 I didn't need a record they say casa a DBL call biometric verification devices and machines ni naka overheating and entire pipe but that is just by the way. I think that some of these things we shouldn't be recording this particular courses in 2024 especially in 2025 election year 2024 elections the Ghana yababedu crossroads akwenhia mienu or see it me deliver a more transparent credible elections ebewie cheno yebesan etimi movie the gains in our democracy to another level na ho na yen hwehwe na just as AC4 the abano amaka some human institution internet eja ohwe most of our areas especially look at the hinterlands access to even rural electrification and no crowd no yentimi nya government has done a lot. Then again, internet connectivity. And you know, some of these causes or challenges will come. But you need planning because as an institution, you are very much aware of the area, the topography of the area, the demographic of the area, the development of the area. Until before and now say even this year, beginning of the year, some planning should be able to go into some of these logistics and also equipment be facilitate easy need to get results and get Ghanaians to register. I think so that's the bottom line. ECR open registration for new one of 18 or so mudin, and this exercise Niger I was saying in an kind of boom. Now yebua no yenkwala no menya 18 years no ye offer no for no menya 18 years no ye betimi a support to no mun register no mun timi any part of decision making in 2024. I believe say that is the trust of the conversation. EC can always be supported. EC can always be encouraged. Senior Beya will get more people to register. Ija wano menya 18 years and it's going to be the first time on Babetaba. And we want to encourage say a your civic responsibility. The future of the country belongs to the youth. And this year, a lot of youth register, especially 18 years for no, one secondary school for no more, said GSS, Krano Metiminia 18 to come in the bracket. At the end of the day, you be more robust, credible register na is inhibit media any exhibition no any house cleaning na a duplication of names and it's a duplication of about all these things, and it should be a thing of the past. 2024 elections me and put and as a level be
different from the previous ones.
That is all that we are looking for.
And no sonia de ba say yes no say what is at stake.
Yes,
and ti ade na hyase no akwansi de ba ye no ebi anka ba be 30 minutes bi kura mpo na wana e bi kura na anka betu anka so e ba be wana, but I dey start 7 na 12 o'clock 1 o'clock intumi nya bia that should e betumi aka bibi a kire yen hwe na senior assembly member ba ye tu ye ko ha kro no emu ama ye hunu niam bia na nkan sese ba de sa ba de ko ba ne sa enti no with that in mind no sanka we e be ye no nka betumi anu se na de na esi ye ni enti na ye be boye hu ye na ketu yen so no Yenimara Ochina and the next second day.
Right, second day.
You better basic.
I think say just as you are saying, you know, in Shishai be learning curve. The more you become more efficient. Time I'll be spend the crowd you become an expert in it. And idea you because you best so some of these things, and so because just as saying, you know, senior kind be big to be never man call for be boo for say say starting is say dia and what is the essence, and I say be agrobe so if you are not it you know easy for no way your best from senior they will be always be planning ahead of time. Now some of these loopholes, you know, they will be able to bridge the gap in the na yetimi etumpon.
Mati me da se pa we de ye wo sima be dunum ye hwe mampani se ne legacy bi na e wo ho sa legacy ne pa se sa legacy no obi obetumi ato aso aye no Dr. Baumia mampani Mahama de sa legacy ono na do dan kwaku fado be dia no se de dani to bi ni mampani Mahama se wom obaba bi gudi nyina legacy is bɛn na mampani na do agya osusu se eye japade bi ode ama oman no na mum no Dr. Baumia nkwa de betumi aye na mampani Mahama de oba obigu no
yo eja medasi bi wa me say o share nanado a we political communication strategy na o share senior nanado di nejuma bewie afia na suggest say so yetiminya a succession plan and na de bia na ye ka no o share ye vice president or san ye running mate na ho keka na ho farmer he has become the vibrant vice president of the country. There no doubt yenya challenges being the economy, but eja akwa ne say challenges ka cry yenya wo economy ni no ase abane nye hwe. That is not the case. Anya na do etimi agina so etimi ama yen free education for continuous 7.5 years ayedira the 8 years. No, that is a legacy for this country. Eja puti in kola over 2.1 million Ghanaian children for the period. To me, some form of what basic education to the secondary level, and eja all cost has been taken care of. Oshe ye TVET system ya abeya, and even STEM education ye tauti and ase ye advance ya. That is the future. Eja oshe we are seeing in an abe for council. And you know that is an legacy. You know don't so bomba be review. President Mahama is on record say or no, so only 2 billion Ghana cedis offering young education definitely he does not believe in the concept of what the free education concept.
So say offering young
yes
Sadia no nyi ni kura dia. I quite remember before the 2020 election nya ho kwan ene Kanema Penny Mohammed ko me ebisa na ba free senior high school so ba council ne na won sem ma anu you the mind fa brain nti na ka see to me na ka ebo na ka to me dum ja no na ka hu ni gina bre but enu nyina echi no ne interview so ahodo a why grant na namon bi a watuo say free senior high school no start e wo baabi ene ne awatete sa no e de na che so ba obetwam esa review enyo no nkwa na waka ho asem enim say even I am a for crack can say as I say to me who bibi CSOs aka ho asem yenim say wo ma bi wo ho masuamu so aka ho asem say ye review enti safo ni nyina say review a does that mean so mo nyinni I no nti no mo ba omo review no chere say ye ntwamu ana
Eja, that is an interpretation. Won't say o share senior Nanado started the free SHS concept na ekins wa anu say ye nua no mo kan mu nsem bia kan bia o share the various commentaries our free SHS na say suggest say there's no way omo beto free SHS ne so. In fact, they will quote you. Near quoted the 1992 Constitution. Say the Constitution said it should be progressively free. But this is somebody who said no. There is a huge gap. In fact, Eja Obetimi are developing a country. I was say bringing up the education level of your people. Yeah. Eja ye kweyechi into yenya independence. Na me show video bi wo TikTok. Na Oshe 1957. Na abrofui omache ye na council amu egu honom no mo tro mo brofo try and say there was a deliberate attempt, a deliberate policy bia we have to educate our people senior beya the expected required knowledge you know ye betimi aye ni bibi ni etimi de tumpon eti they will quote you say oh 1992 Constitution say it should be progressively free but Nanado continuously categorically MIN that cut-off point say no baby are you doing there all hands on deck we are putting resources into the free SC. And there's a lot of success stories. Oko most of the rural areas are Oko Bipon across board. The Nkwalani Bibe bro mu chaya Ejawon said the record. It's not only about the educational, but the record of pass rate in this current free SC. It has been phenomenal. And these are the things that ye pese ye twaso. Ye dia two ya say we want to break the aid. Send a beya Dr. Mahmoud Baumia ba because or no eye Nanado ne vice president ni intino or hobby we hubi we nyansu ya hubi and the spirit and then the latter akoma panebo the taipana Nanado wono nini na bi so ewo Dr. Mahmoud Baumia because or no from inception or hobby it or no betimi a working the talk a working that legacy na you bet any free SHS kweja you were planting for food and jobs o say aye phase 1 aye phase 2 nini is to make sure that there is enough supply of food in the country now say prices
phase 1 ya kan wase mu
yes
impact ben pa na economy so because inflation na ekosoro nyina no na food inflation and na high pa
right
nti say food price for food and job na say tumi yield the resource pa there what then say food inflation cost rich and other services and products
the only answer was the transportation part of it won say obekaya ye to fango buomu pe affect petroleum prices not transfer bo trotro taxi for so obekaya the famous one ya great minister yes so if you go and get the food stuff at the farms the price at the farm is different from the price at the market so that gap no the transportation and again Ghana form faso de ebia ade no onya no we fumu hono ma price no ebia okofa anka obetimi enya mako 5 na bia ya to ama ni 20 cedis but on the back crowd to anka ba ko pe 5 cedis just one it is a ye to fango buomu a eja trickle down the rippling effect no ka homa price na afi ubenya ewo the various market centers no ebe vary
and then who do you blame
fine there are other causes no you guys say oh about honomo but the fango buono so eja a deregulated market o she Ghana ye importer na afi ni so fango bua ye credit free abrochi ede bana any the enso export abrochi na ye net losers in the 2024 budget ye petroleum receipt ye nya for the year ended 2023 amounted to $734 million But we are here. You who say, oh, afibiano, it is taking the government every month about $400 million to bring in refined petrol. Multiply that by 12, you are getting $4.8 billion. Till 734 and if we are losing in terms of our export on petroleum product.
So or the phone is mommy. Now, me cool, yes, of course, me my way, but what time nature 30 seconds. Okay, where you are. My share or say, my pen and I say, my penny, I be the children, I be the children, when you be between me. A dinner, dear, I'm at the power near my wayeno, and got the legacy in ano. Obit my share, I'm born by Momo candidate, and then bit me about being by Santino, Momo Tomano.
Eja, me that's ye wahana prior to 2016 election ye braba to aba na na do dan kwa ane Dr. Mahmoud Bamia simpie so e kan sem shebo bebre e magana fo onye omugidi ekoto aba bo ga say one district one factory, one village one dam, 1 million per constituency, 250 senior high school by the close of 2018. Accra will be the cleanest city in Africa. In fact, almost can ensemble from taxation to production. Now the Danko Akufo do Jan simply so catch the Ghana for you and say, yet is a castle and so accommodate. Now the Danko Akufo do catch the Ghana for say, me ba me more business. But a Korean in the age here to Abamano. Eden the NSC. Your free be Presidential Business Associate Award. A business may free abuchi abom no man penny be did in common. Oko tran and China name to meet you $200,000. Or when and put me to $100,000. And them look say, now the catch and say, or bar or more business. But look, my memo statistics be, and I know so the Uber graph, but statistics and figures don't lie. We'll make a chance and say, if the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. But and I make catch Dr. Mahmoud Bamia say, if the fundamentals are weak, statistics and figures will expose you. Now, MPP, as of 2016, are year free album. Now our public debt stock at 122 billion. Okay, the chair, me no say. As at and now me look at saying, yeah, public debt stock and now somewhere about above 600 billion plus. Within the 7 years of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Just look at the difference. Now, our debt to GDP ratio, it was somewhere around 56%. Now, check and now look at say our debt to GDP ratio is more than 100%.
Oh, that's
now,
not true.
Come on,
No,
in an economy,
that's
why
not
you
true.
exceed 70% of a debt to GDP ratio, it means that the economy is in recession. And Nentina, a World Bank director, before COVID, say the president should be fair and transparent to Ghanaians and tell and say the economy was in crisis before COVID. Me no okay say NDC under President Mahama regime, our domestic reserves, no, it wasn't empty, it wasn't exhausted. But at this time, look at say, and then another Danko Akufo-Addo, your domestic reserve is exhausted. We are now under debt, a loan default. I could even say it because of this year, and not also foreign and indigenous companies, most especially banks that they can't compete themselves with the international marketing. Example is what is happening about Society General.
But you're saying the reverse.
And then we know say, over the agri sector, also be the planting for food and job. Now let's look at what is happening at the agri sector. And the first, we cocoa crutching, na uwo cocoa, na upapa cocoa crutcher, ono uska bank manager, but ne your cocoa away. And then your cocoa are declining to the extent say almost about 300,000 tons of cocoa are short in 2020 to 2021. This has been the highest, the lowest output in 13 good years. And then PVC produced by companies nana away. And then I can roam and individuals overtaking. And now my parents not drunk of food catch and say, Oba or the year call from taxation to production. And look at the taxes that to Ghana force.
Now that's what can I say. On any policies I would order buy and Mamon support to. Or say be no yeah, man penny that Mahama fe. Until be or be any feeding to so bar. Obviously, I didn't any fit to bar on to us obigunu. And then I may be says legacy so I can once me, wouldn't ya crack asano or can be about free senior high. say free senior high no mapeda mahama say enya de o 2 billion o de ni nyina be
yes me ba
dabi me ma so wasem
okay ama be sha
but am say me sha me so me no
dabi me obre ne
because as I make can no bia like won't affair be am
dabi na say no see the you to me there say ana go ne
ana ba so me
o de that you news can about airtime na me jama anti
ejaba 1 minute rebuttal
oh no problem osusu say san nyema na oka no mo ba mo be gunu mo be sene nti ono no o ja to me no baton no de mandia one no eye nyema ni nyina
sabe boba
is it not reasonable
me boba asem o ka ye nti a o se o de be ma bamia no na me boba no president vice president Mahmoud Bamia or head of the economic management team your man Ghana mu hanom ana ko gina simpie so watch jakun osafo mafo Alanche Martin ebe ye de ka say wa arrest dollar at the kinama IGP ama ene dollar no at the sales eja me busaw and what is the cedi to dollar ratio under NDC regime cedi to dollar 4 cedis and almost 14 cedi 20 pesos 30 pesos and ma bon ayedin food inflation means your mind Ghana more after December 2022 54%. And I look at the food inflation in my Ghana. I was talking about planning for food and job. And so but I market and it told back 5 cities. A dear legacy na kufa bet meja e dem abomia. And I make secondary school assembly me Kenya. Under the leadership of his essay John Dramani Mahama. Oh bam. You can say free senior high school under curriculum as education you be every 10 years be I want share them and ever. And that 10 years of a free senior high school we see somewhere 2017. Now let me ask you a question. Yes, when Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo in 2017, 7th January 2017, he implemented the free senior high school somewhere September. If I'm not mistaken, within that short range, after a year and appointment, 8 ministers, I know start here Juma Squan or first can win. Under petroleum, fiscal is just 200.
Okay.
And I'm looking at education. Okay. President John Dramani Mahama.
Okay.
Free days in high school. Okay. East region. Wa establish a committee mako 10.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Manya committee days in high school.
Okay.
Assess why you from every second so ebu ha. Okay. You know Krobo you for apesua ebu ha. After Prince North mention for ebu ha. Okay. For do ebu ha. Tension war takwasi ebu ha. Ken no. Omesi 300 sister business high school. Almost if you are talking about achievement there, John Dramani Mahama Nanel, 1 minute.
Yes. I'm saying say Kasana or say debt to GDP ratio almost 100%. And Okoti say Omuja 122 billion. And I also buy no the 490-70 in total. We are running around 600 billion. It's just 600 out of the total GDP of the country cannot equate to 100%. But that's what I say. And this assertion or yes, yeah, debt to GDP is 100%. It's not true. It's just, of course, a bambia bar. A kwamienu and or the financing a budget deficit. Once you cast economy, no team ya buying. Finance Minister Eddie Akonmasika BBB, there's a deficit, a cabeda honomo, expenditure, Akonmasika no, more than the revenue, a year sikana kasana, your best spending no. The kwame you so pen a buy the faswa or the be financing a deficit, a say or the a tour a beba, and a tour that no, obey be if you no more sacrum or pija rate no atitibi so. One fat one so and ba ne also a cobo a den besia. Now, Oko Parliament, your annual debt reporter. Bosia bia yaje regime bia no enyoma ye de aye eno ewo honomo and for the sake of time na bia yinya akonya biema ya na metri na that debt to GDP issue na me na me handle time no
Deputy.
So okasa what
we are remember 1 minute now so we can dey abeka men condemn me
yes and all can be say Chief Justice Maami Tokonu say you have to oye Ghanaian by birth onye Ghanaian and I say oh yeah Ghanaian by birth certificate oh yeah Ghanaian.
Okay.
That is not the statement.
That's it. 1 minute.
It's blue kasam. And I send a Ghana for yabre. I watch there any subsidies you don't cry into me to the no. On my name. And I'm telling you, say, one make car your family to me know that. And I'm not gonna say, Dr. Mahmoud Bami, I saw a vice president or your mate, a good father mate. So how can he appoint another mate and then to want to be vice president? But I'm telling you, say, yes, no one can ever meet me know that. Oh, your mate also may have a mate. But under this astronomical economic hardship, and then a new man, Yagunu, I'm not for Juma. Even to the extent say Navco na number my company I'm for the certificate I ain't your mechanic.
Okay.
I want you to buy and ya dear bon men na that dank for ni MP buy so Ghana bill. But the bomb per se 7 December his essence John Domen Mahama
Akins Ofori this communication team member me that say NFA Nana Yaujima enso MPP communication team member me that say ye dey be say den twere no watch na bo modern so na ko twere de won ko ya kone kokotwere wonya mfie du nwotwe a men ko be pacha wonya Ghana ni a etu na nsi wo you understand beti French ka French kakra so wonya Ghana ni a men ko wa won so wa wadwene so obi onya Ghana ni wo de ne be ko no hwe yie oya kwada nso onya mfie du nwotwe mfa ne nko na yenyama ne fefefe yesifu so yesere mo yesesa mo so mo yenso mo so enti fi ochine ko no se na day 1 ye be hwe aka 20 days ye be hwe de be bam de be si bia no ye be mama tumi atini enti madam asese munya abreba na me de asedan so ama ye akua kobi so oka me o me de kasebo yi ebro medin e de agya kwabra ye ho nyakopon ya adom a ye be sen hwe ocha nopa awada chinso ma so e da munyina se ma mo ne hwe e ma mo de yie